Every thought you have ever had is salt. And if you're wondering why the illustration has benzene rings and chromium around a sodium chloride lattice, it should not. NaCl is two elements, not an organic chemistry final. I need you to sit with that for a second. Every crush, every regret, every time you forgot why you walked into a room, that was sodium and chloride ions crossing a membrane inside your skull. The entire human experience, chemically speaking, is a salt problem. And we put it on fries. Sodium chloride, NaCl2 atoms, one positive, one negative. They snap together into a perfect cube. If you zoomed into a grain of table salt, you would see billions of these cubes stacked like the world's most boring Lego set. It is white, it is crunchy, it dissolves in water faster than a New Year's resolution, and your body cannot function without it. Here's what salt actually does inside you. Your neurons fire by pushing sodium ions out and pulling potassium ions in. That is called an action potential. It happens billions of times per second across your entire nervous system, your brain, your heart, your ability to feel your own toes. All of it runs on sodium crossing a membrane. Salt is not a seasoning. Salt is infrastructure. But here's the part that blew my mind. Only 6% of the salt we produce goes into food, 6% the rest goes to industry, 270 million tons per year, and most of it never touches a plate. There is a process called the chloralkali process. You take salt water, you run electricity through it, and out come three things: chlorine gas, sodium hydroxide, and hydrogen, three of the most important chemicals in modern industry from one bucket of salty water. Chlorine goes into drinking water treatment, PVC, plastic, and bleach. Sodium hydroxide goes into paper, soap, and aluminum refining. Your tap water is safe because someone electrocuted salt. So here's where it gets complicated. Your body needs about 500 milligrams of sodium per day to survive. The average American eats 3,400. That is not because people are shaking salt onto everything. It is because the processed food industry figured out decades ago that salt makes cheap ingredients taste expensive. The FDA has been asking food companies to reduce sodium voluntarily since 1983, voluntarily for over 40 years. The targets keep getting pushed back. The industry keeps saying they are working on it. Meanwhile, hypertension is the single largest risk factor for heart disease in the United States, and excess sodium intake is a confirmed contributor. The science was never the bottleneck, the lobbying budget was. But salt stakes are not just medical. This compound-shaped civilization, the word salary comes from the Latin salarium because Roman soldiers were paid in salt. Gandhi's Salt March in 1930 challenged British colonial taxation. Cities were built on salt deposits. Wars were fought over salt routes. An ion pair worth fractions of a cent per gram built empires and toppled them. Here's what I keep coming back to. Side note, that molecule floating next to the salt grain is a hydrocarbon. Sodium chloride is an ionic crystal, not something you draw with sticks and balls. We think of salt as the most boring substance on Earth, white, cheap, everywhere, but the entire nervous system runs on it. Modern industry runs on it. Revolutions were fought over it. Salt is not simple. We just got used to it. Thanks for watching. If you want more chemistry that makes the ordinary feel completely wild, subscribe. I will be back with another substance that is hiding a much better story than you thought. See you next time. Stay salty. I mean that chemically.